You're listening to The Angry Designer, where we cut through the industry bull to help frustrated graphic designers survive and thrive.
Oh my God, you know the floss.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you did, Sean.
that's
You
right.
just proved it. You know the floss. You're now hip.
Tune into the video YouTube for me flossing.
Sean flossing. I got proof now, video proof that you know how to do the
This
floss.
blackmail shit.
My kids are going to be so amazed with you. Santa knows how to floss.
Santa knows how to floss.
He knows. Who do you think created it? Santa.
Santa,
Ho,
yeah.
ho, ho.
Oh, floss, everybody. All right,
Salute, buddy.
We're cross-drinking today.
Yes, we are. We're drinking different stuff, aren't we?
Yes, we are. I'm drinking the Indian. Scotch. Ho, ho, ho. There's that first bite.
That was good, eh?
Whoa.
You heard that. You heard the Santa there, right? You heard it. He just does it. He doesn't even know he does it. And I got the bourbon. I've got a good old Ezra Brooks today. So we're mixing and a mashing, aren't we?
And I immediately regret my choices.
It's okay.
No,
It's got that soapy flavor.
Yeah, exactly. It's the first couple of sips, and then I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. Well, we're at that middle of the week hump again, right? We're doing this Wednesday night thing, and this is okay. Wait, yeah, I guess people know we're on Wednesdays, or maybe they don't. I don't know.
Yeah, we do it on Wednesdays.
Well, we do this on Wednesday, sometimes on a Saturday. Used to be on a Tuesday.
Yeah, yes.
And if we get desperate on a Thursday.
And
but-
on a Thursday.
So I guess anything goes.
This is true.
Yeah.
We've never been desperate enough to do it on Friday, though, have we?
No, I don't think. I think we had the intention once about doing it
were
on a
gonna,
Friday
but
afternoon.
Sometimes Fridays always go sideways.
Yeah,
Like, sometimes they go sideways.
They really do.
But
right?
most of the time they go sideways, right? Like it's
Every day goes sideways.
You're just trying. Yeah, you're trying hard to get to the weekend to get everything out so that it's you don't have to worry about working on Saturday.
I know. So we're just coming off of the Michael Janda episodes.
Yes, wasn't that awesome?
Dude, that dude is
Holy
so
shit.
inspiring. Right. And again, that's what the comments are. That's what everybody said. They're just like, wow.
Yeah.
And again, he's got so much knowledge. It's incredible. Right.
Guy.
So
You can sit and talk to him for hours.
Right.
Right.
I know. We got to figure out. I want to be like Mike. Okay. We got to be like Mike.
Be like Mike. Yeah. Not Michael Jordan.
Yeah. No, not
We
like
don't have
Michael
mad
Jordan.
skills
No,
like that. But we
yeah.
got the other mad skills.
That's right. That's right. So we're doing pretty good. And, it's funny because even though a lot of work got accomplished this week, I think the thing I'm most proud of that got accomplished is we actually came to a decision on what to do for T-shirts.
We did, didn't we?
We're not going to say anything, but it was just like, it was kind of like, that's it.
Yes.
That's what we were looking. It's not going to be the only thing, but this is going to be the start. So this will be the start.
Flash of genius,
Right,
my friend.
and we will start here, and we'll see how it evolves.
Oh,
but
yes.
so stay tuned on. We finally have decided or have a direction on some swag. We've liked a lot of ideas, and we have a million for the future. But right now, I think the first swag design is well underway.
It's very well underway, and I'd like to say too, just a little sneak peek. It's very inclusive.
Oh,
which I like.
I like that. That's right. Yes. That's a good little bit of a sneak, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't
Good
say
job.
too much, but it says
It says
little.
enough. So what are we talking about today here? We're talking about so we had an idea yesterday, right? This always happens.
Yeah, so I wish you guys were privy to Moss's creative
Remember
process.
our
It's awesome because I said to him yesterday, we were talking about it, he's like, we're gonna do such and such, and we'll probably, we'll put a pin in this, but we're gonna do such and such for tomorrow's episode. I'm like, dude, you're gonna have a shower thought and you'll figure something else out. I know you will. And today, what did you do?
Completely went in a different direction, didn't I? So are we doing it on this?
Totally.
Oh no, this is completely
This is
the
what we're gonna-
furthest thing from. Well,
I was like,
I'll tell you how this started. I'll tell you how
good.
this
I
started.
like this.
right?
A little window into how this happens.
in how this always happens. So as you guys know, I'm privy. I put so much I've got like e-newsletters coming to daily. I've got this Panda software that automatically shows up new this. I've got news feeds. It's just I subconsciously get all this information. I don't even realize it. Right. And I saw this launch feature. So AI has been such a huge topic lately. Okay. It's everywhere.
Yep.
And of course, we've covered it, and should we be nervous? Should we not, as graphic designers? And the conclusion was no, we shouldn't be nervous.
No.
It's a great tool,
Yes.
and should be used as a tool. As graphic designers, we have nothing to worry about. We just got to stay up on this shit. Digital designers, stock photography, real photographers, maybe those types of artists, they might have to worry. But as graphic designers,
Right.
we're still pretty free and clear.
Yeah.
Well, then I just saw something interesting today, that a design tool that we all know and for the most part people hate, but all of a sudden has an AI text to image process into it, built in. So now, instead of looking through stock photography, instead of that, you can actually type in what you're looking for, and it will give you right in the design software samples of like what you want. Then you pick it, drop it in, add what you want. So that's just proof that this AI is like a good, valuable tool, because it actually comes in a design tool.
Yes.
Okay.
So
this is how the thought process. And then I was like, wow, well, what design tool is this? Because it was like, it was directly pointing to graphic designers and this. And I was like, well, wow, what is it? What is it? It's fucking Canva. So that's when I was like, oh, like, really? Like, so is this what, it wasn't Adobe. It wasn't, wasn't Quark. It was Canva, who has this AI feature. And granted, Photoshop's got AI all over the place. But, again, it's not to this degree. Like what is hot right now, they have integrated right into their platform.
Interesting.
And I mean, this platform is evolving so quick that I think it's something that we need to talk about. Because again, everybody's always, you hear, AI is going to replace graphic designers. This is going to, everybody wants to fucking replace a graphic designer, but you can't. Okay. But of course, Canva is always the hot topic. Canva will make graphic designers obsolete. Canva will take over the graphic design industry, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? This is probably what we should be talking about. Because with Canva introducing AI into their platform, it's kind of like, that's a huge groundbreaking,
that's pretty big.
It's ballsy, it's big, but now it's like they're taking on stock photography companies, they're taking on this, they're taking on, and so I thought this would be like a hot topic to talk about, because again, everybody's curious about it, right? We used to hate on it a lot. And I think we still do in a lot of ways.
I know. It's funny because up until you told me about this topic, I was like, okay, I'll do some research. And it's like, I knew nothing about Canva. I was just like, you know what? Fuck you, little, like a little just peasant off your foot, you just kick it out of the way. It's like, whatever. But I did not know that they were going with the big guns there.
Dude, they've got, they're worth billions of dollars, right? They've got billions of dollars in funding, billions of dollars in cash. They're making billions. I mean, it's just $1 billion brand all across the board. It doesn't mean I want to run out and use it.
No.
But I think it's something that graphic designers need to be aware of.
Take notice of.
And take notice of, okay? Yeah. Because again, anytime somebody says this is going to replace graphic designers, I'm like, is it though? Let's look into this a little deeper, all right? So for anybody who's actually been living offline and under a rock, Canva's an online design and publishing tool, right? And their website says with a mission to empower everybody in the world to design anything and publish anywhere. So again, design anything, fine, because it's got a ton of different options on there, from logos to social tiles to even websites and shit, right? And then anywhere, it's cloud-based. So you can be out in the forest, as long as you have an internet connection, you've got access to this tool, right? It makes quality designs, okay, not the quality designs, let's be clear about this, accessible for everybody.
Right.
So that's the one thing it does, right? You don't have to worry about seeing, unless it's intentional, really shitty dot matrix, rasterized, like posters, lost puppy, because now you can make it look like a band poster just by logging into this free tool called Canva and doing this, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, just because it makes quality designs accessible to everybody, it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody is now a professional graphic designer.
Here we go. Yes,
right?
This is
that's the key here, right? Like what it does do, okay, so for people who don't know design and don't know design principles, and they don't have a passion for the kind of stuff that we do and our angry designers, do, right?
Yeah.
For those people, right?
Or for those people that don't have sons and daughters that do this for a living.
Who don't have sons and daughters who have corral.
Could you put me together a poster?
For those people, what it does is it provides them something that I like to call disposable designs. Okay. This is the shit that's like, I always complain about it's trendy, it's temporary, it's here today, it's gone tomorrow. It's the kind of shit that it has like literally a single purpose. I need a social post talking about this, and boom, it's there. I need this, I need that, right? And often you go on that platform, that's what it does. It shows you everything trendy. Okay, it's everything that's trending now. And I mean, sure, that's great. But at the same time, I don't design based on trends.
No.
Okay. The stuff that it creates is, I hate to say it, it's forgettable, right? It's mostly template. It is all template driven, right?
Yes.
But it provides disposable design to people, in my opinion, who I wouldn't want as a customer anyway. Because if these people are looking for this kind of trendy shit, right, they're obviously not willing to pay for it, which is why they're there. So why would I ever feel it's competing against me as a designer?
Right.
Okay. Like, and again, we don't put ourselves in that category. And granted, maybe and this sounds really snobby, and I'm sorry, maybe we hold ourselves in a little higher regard with the kind of customers we want. Not that there's anything wrong with a small little mom and pop shop or a local little cafe, right? But in those little, local mom and pop shops or those local little cafes, they're not looking to spend $60, $80 an hour on having somebody do their social posts, right? So don't make that fight. So that's a fight that's not even worth having, in my opinion, right? No. But at least the shit that they're turning out looks presentable. Right? It's a quality looking design that, even though it's disposable design, I'd much rather look at disposable design than something really, really horribly hacked together that looks like it shouldn't ever have been printed, right? So that's my opinion on the purpose of it, right? And where it works. I think why, the contention that everybody gets, of course, right? When they hear this Canva, when they hear that word Canva, right? It's because people, as soon as they get on there, all of a sudden start calling themselves graphic designers.
That's the worst. Yes,
right?
Exactly.
And that I would take offense to, right? Is just because you have access to the tools doesn't make you that professional. Doesn't make you that artist, I've got, access to paint and brushes and everything. I'm not going to be like, well, fuck, I'm the next Picasso, right? Because it's not that easy, right? Like this whole platform uses pre-made templates as a basis for virtually everything, right? And that doesn't automatically make you a graphic designer.
It does not. I saw this woman. She was on there, middle-aged lady. She was really sweet and all that, doing her designs, and then she was changing the color of this god-awful clip art brush. To her brand design colors, and she's like, "Don't tell anybody. Everybody's going to think it's a team that's working for me." And I'm like, "There ain't nobody going to think there's a team working behind that." So I was just like, "Oh,
no, they won't."
But I mean, for whatever her purposes were, she seemed to be using it. And
I don't know if it's ignorance or people are just trying to keep you down. But again, it's like, it's just because it's like those at-home meal kits. You can sign up for all these at-home meal kits, and they will send you a box, and it'll have a portions. Meat,
everything's all laid out.
This much salt, this much this time. Now step up, add this, add this, add this. You're done. Now, granted, it probably tastes better than TV dinners, but in no way would I be like, I'm the next fucking Gordon Ramsay. Step over, Hell's Kitchen. You got a new angry designer, coming to the table. That's not
the angry chef.
The angry chef. Really?
Yeah, that's true.
It's absolutely
that
right.
doesn't make you. That's exactly. Everything's all laid out for you. You just have to follow instructions.
And that's the problem with this platform, right? Because it gives you everything, right? People seem to think, and it really undervalues what it is that we do.
This is
right.
true.
So I think that's why so many people get pissed off. Not because of the fear. It's just like, guys, like, relax. Okay. It's giving you, tools that a baby could fucking follow.
Exactly.
Okay. It doesn't make you. And like you said, with this woman going with her little adding this and adding that.
Exactly.
The final product is still not, what it doesn't have a designer's touch.
It doesn't. And
to
the funny thing was, because she finished her business card, and it was like there's no white space in it.
Yeah, of
you know what I
course.
mean? And I'm like, these are the kind of fundamentals. Like, how many times have we, hammered home that point of the importance of white space? It's like that's the kind of stuff that the average person
doesn't appreciate, doesn't understand,
doesn't get.
They don't know how to use.
They don't know how to use that to their advantage.
At best, and I mean at best, a tool like Canva might make people be a graphic artist, but not a graphic designer. And there is a huge fucking difference in my opinion, okay?
Totally.
Graphic artist, basically, they're just making things look pretty.
Yes.
They would be the equivalent to a desktop publisher 20 years ago, right? Take the tools, put it together, done.
Yeah.
Okay. They're just there to make something look pretty, and they're pulling shit from God knows where.
Yeah.
A graphic designer is a designer. We look deeper. We try to solve problems visually,
Yes.
right, for customers, and sometimes even beyond that. Sometimes the problems we solve are brand issues.
Right.
Sometimes they're UX issues. Okay. A designer solves a problem. They don't just create designs.
Yes.
Okay. And that's the part, and that's that whole fuck up with that word, the umbrella term design, right? Because again, you got design, the verb and the noun.
Yes.
And these people are thinking, oh, it's one and the same, but it isn't. I fucking
not.
tell you. Go and be an artist somewhere else. We are designers, right? In the hands of a graphic designer, I guarantee you, Canva could be an incredible tool. It could be dangerous. You could create some really cool shit on there.
Yeah.
I saw some stuff on there, right? But I mean, again, it doesn't give you the same level of control and complexities, right? And flexibility as our current platforms.
Yes.
But we understand white space. We understand balance. We understand hierarchy.
Yeah.
When we start applying that to a physical design,
Yes.
all of a sudden it takes on a whole new meaning, right? And that's just at the surface level, right? That's not even to mention what it took to even get to that design, to get to that point, right? Good design comes from a good designer, not from a tool.
Yes.
Okay? And that's what people don't understand.
Yeah, exactly.
The tool isn't it.
Yeah. And there's very limited items inside of, aside from the AI function that
It's pretty cool.
That's
it's
pretty cool.
Yep.
But a lot of the stuff in there looks very clip arty, and which is not. So if you were a real designer, you could maybe add your own elements to it.
You can, right?
You know what I mean?
Apparently
Like-
you can upload shit.
Yeah.
I was kind of impressed because, I mean, it had some higher level stuff. Like you could drop in a picture and with the click of a button, remove background from the picture, and it like almost clips it.
Yes.
Right?
Which is a Photoshop
It's
feature
a
too.
Photoshop
Yeah,
feature, right? But it's just like, okay, like, I mean, they're competing with a lot of the same programs that we use.
Yes.
Okay. But again, they're not replacing what we do.
Right.
Okay. They might be making it easier for people to maybe pretend to do it like what we do, right? And with the right instruction and everything, they might, be able to get to a decent place.
Yes.
But they are not. I mean, what we do, we've got so much depth. We're digging. We're asking questions, right?
Yeah.
We're looking for what the real problem is, that the customer is facing, and we're trying to find ways to solve it, right?
Yes.
Even for a business, it's not just the output, right? And that's where I think the misconception is with this tool, and that's where the resentment is for this tool as well, right?
Absolutely.
I don't think that any of us would have hated on Canva as bad if they pitched it as a design, graphic designer's tool from the start, right? And it was just like, hey, this is in competition with your Adobe, with it. Then it'd be like, okay, well, let's try it. Wow, there's some really easy features, and let's face it, of the billion different things that Photoshop can do, you generally use the same 20 or 30 on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I get a kick out of watching all those videos.
I know. It's just like,
holy
I gotta
shit.
remember how to do that.
I got a bookmark folder just following these people, and just like, I got to remember that
that's really
because
good.
I have been doing it the old way.
Yes, that's true. It's there's and for somebody to some of these graphic artists, if you will, coming into Photoshop, that would be a daunting task.
Of course,
frightened
fair
to
enough.
death of
Yes,
that, right?
absolutely.
So I can see why the appeal of Canva would be good for that kind of. I think I'm a designer. Maybe I'll try it. Put your toe in the water, kind of thing.
I agree, but I mean, just because you're able to check the oil in your engine of the car, I'm not going to go brag and be like, "Hey, I checked the oil yesterday. I can do your job now, Mr. Mechanic."
Yeah, exactly. Get on it. What the hell are you talking about, man? You don't know shit.
Let me show you. It's so true.
You're right.
We
you're
go
right.
so deep. We dig for USP. We try to help define voice. I mean, again, and that's what these people don't understand. So, at most, we can't necessarily hate on the tool anymore. And I think I've become a little bit more mature about it.
Yeah.
It's just the understanding the people that are the morons,
Yes.
not the tool itself, right?
Yes.
It's a tool. It's a tool, and in the right hands, it could be a very powerful tool. But again, just because, again, I have a brush, I'm not Picasso.
Yeah.
Right? It's
you
ridiculous.
Could paint. You could paint.
Yeah.
But did you have Picasso's creativity?
Absolutely.
Right?
Right?
Like this
or
is the kind
ability
of, or his
or
talents or his feel,
Exactly.
his sensibilities. Like,
Exactly.
There's a lot of shit that what we do is very, part of who we are.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
So there is some things that piss me off about this though, because they're obvious as a tool, right? Fine. As a powerful tool, it can help everybody. It can help graphic designers. It can help, but obviously there's a place in the market for it because Canva is a giant billion-dollar industry.
Yes, it's huge.
But Adobe has taken note of this. And now Adobe, the almighty Adobe, who's supposed to be supporting graphic designers, right? With all their fucking tools and everything.
Boo!
They now have created Adobe Express. Bastards. Yes. So they created something that,
it does the same thing.
It does the exact same thing.
Oh my God.
It's like almost, if anything, those two can go to court over this bad boy because they won't because it's free market. But the thing is, it's like they created something. So if in fact Canva was to compete and put graphic designers out of business, then Adobe is putting their clientele out of business. And maybe they are. Fucking Adobe is so crooked in general. I hate that. But, because again, they wanted to get part of this rat race, right? And so they built this exact same thing because they see that there is a market for these people who aren't necessarily graphic designers, but maybe they could be graphic artists, right? But that's where we separate ourselves from them, right? But thanks for the support, Adobe.
But this is the thing.
They should be doing something. They should have bought Canva and just shut it down. If in fact they wanted to show loyalty.
Yes, if they were going to do that. Because it seems to me, it'd be like Adobe should be like us, right? We would look at it and say, oh, that's neat. We understand what it's for, who it's intended for, and just move on and improve the suite that you have.
Right.
Work on that. This is what your bread and butter is. Right?
I know.
Why would you even bother with something like this?
I know. And that's what drives me nuts because God knows.
Because it's more money.
Their platform is so crooked right now.
Yes.
Like there's so many, I'm so unhappy. And their cloud platform, fix that shit.
Yes.
Now they bought Figma.
And Figma, they just bought Figma.
Now, and again, what's going to happen there? It's going to turn, it's going to be the next Adobe Captivate and they're not going to support it. And it's going to be like, it's just going to go to shit. Like Figma's a great tool.
Yes.
Right? And now that it's in their hands, like.
Were they just going to put it, it was like Lost, Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they put everything into that storage unit.
He was like the early jokes with Google, right? Is that Google would buy companies just to shut them down.
Just to shut them down,
well,
exactly.
I'm wondering why they did this because
Maybe.
it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, because we did a project a couple of months ago with Captivate, right? And it was fucking garbage.
Horrible. I couldn't even buy it part of my creative suite.
Yes, it's not included.
And not only was it not included, I couldn't even buy it to add it. And then when they're like, no, you're going to have to get a separate license. Oh, okay. Then they made me create a separate account under a separate email.
Oh, God.
And I was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you've got how many suites for your business here? Like,
dude, it was. Yeah, because I have all the time in the world to try to
Yes.
keep this. I ended up canceling that. I was like, you guys,
Really?
yeah, I did, and they wouldn't even give me my money back. After less than a week of using it, I was like, guys, I can't use this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Forget it. We'll make do with one license.
Yes.
Over there.
Yes.
I don't care. We're not buying anymore. Oh, sorry. Well, we don't give refunds. So because I took advantage of your better price if you pay for a year in advance, okay, as opposed to month by month, and now you're holding me, that's it, I'm screwed. Yes, I'm sorry, you're screwed.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
For a subpar piece of shit product
That we couldn't even in the end
use.
No. So since then we've
Fucking
found different,
Yeah.
softwares, different LMS software, e-training software, and
Yes.
screw them on
And it
that
works
one.
much better.
But again, they're doing the same thing. They're probably going to put all this time and energy into this Adobe Express, where they should be putting it in their own tools that we use on a regular
good
basis.
tools, yeah.
So my opinion is maybe graphic designers could take a second look at this damn platform, take a look at Canva, because I think that there could be some opportunities there. Like, sure, it's generally made for small companies, right? But again, those aren't the customers that we want, right? Solopreneurs, people with small budgets. So, literally let them do their thing, like be done with it, right?
Yeah.
And it allows average people with no design skills to create average looking material, or maybe even slightly above average looking material, as long as they kind of keep it within the realm of how it was originally designed, because a designer did design it originally, granted, right?
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't compete with what we do. It doesn't even really compete with the tools that we use, because it's not at the same level. It's more like competes with, at a lower level, like when internal companies, giant organizations use Word or PowerPoint to create designs, right? I'm thinking it's more competing at that level, right? People who have no design skills and they need some sort of design sense, and our programs are way too much, right? Yeah. But the reality is it's free, okay? Yeah. At the base level, it is free, and that's a big deal when it comes to Adobe licenses are fucking expensive. And
insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's one thing here in North America, right? Yeah. Fine, it's like $1,000 a year, right, for us. But it's also $1,000 a year for countries like in the Philippines and in other countries where it's like their cost of living is a fraction of what it is up here. There's no discounts. Like there's no discounts at all.
It's not prorated or anything like that. Where it's
not at all,
because
right?
This is what your economy is.
No.
Holy shit.
So this is the challenge. I mean, this is what we've been told by some of our subscribers, by some of our angry designer listeners, and even PJ said it's not, right? And again, he's out in the Philippines too. Yeah, right. So again, so it's because it's not, it's so expensive. Adobe's so expensive. Sorry, there's no discounts on it, right? Yeah. Why wouldn't people try it? Because you do have, it does give you the accessibility to do so much more to it if you actually have good design sense.
Yes.
Right?
I can see that.
It gives you the ability to import images. It allows you to export. It allows you to edit text. It does give you a whole library of fonts, even though you only need to use six, but, it makes it really easy for people to put stuff together fast, right? So if it's like, we need, quick social graphics, you can whip that shit up pretty quick.
That's the thing. It's like if you had a good design sense, you're smart about that, it's a quick and easy, dirty tool that you can really crank through some shit.
Exactly. This is still a business. We got to remember, this is still a business. Yeah. So if you can get past the fact that you just logged into Canva, which I know feels really dirty.
Have a shower, then
afterwards. I feel so used. But the reality is, if you can get past that little bit of ickiness, right? I mean, there's a lot of advantages that this platform can, because again, it's quick to whip shit up, right? You've got all these templates. A lot of times if you're struggling for creativity, you can jump in there. Don't forget, we always tell everybody there's so much more to it than just the final design. There's all the pre-planning, right? We got to wireframe everything, whether it's, social media for messaging or a brochure or what have you, right? So it gives you those opportunities, right? Dude, it has like brochures and websites and templates.
Video. It's got video stuff. You could edit videos.
So everything that, is across 20 platforms online is kind of brought in one. Yeah. And again, I'm not trying to sell it. No, but I'm saying there's advantages. No, because I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not. But the one thing I have to give them credit for is when I saw that AI tool this morning, they're evolving that platform fast. Yeah. And they're evolving it to be a very powerful design tool. Okay. So again, it doesn't replace graphic designers, but in our arsenal of tools, just like AI, we will be using, right? And we should be using and understand how to use it. This might be an interesting alternative for, people who are tight on budgets, for people who maybe genuinely want to get into the design industry, but don't want to commit to any of the big platforms just yet. Yeah. There are people making 6 figures on this fucking platform. Like they actually,
really?
Oh yeah, they are, right? And I mean, I watched some, I played in there. You can zip up stuff pretty quick and make it look, especially with our skills, make it look pretty good. Pretty easily, right? Like it's like, it's a hard thing not to at least to consider, as in just putting it in your arsenal and nothing more.
Just to have it. Yeah.
I'm not saying replace Adobe, because again, I would be Adobe, even though I hate that fucking company. I am an Illustrator for life. Is kind of my mentality, right?
Full on. Yeah.
Illustrator, Photoshop, that's what we started with, and damn it, that's what I'll fucking end with. Okay. And at the same time, you got to understand that this tool can't do a lot of things, right? Like creating a campaign in this tool is going to be kind of a pain in the ass.
It would be hard. That would be
absolutely
hard.
Right.
Yeah, it would be good.
as far as we're concerned, you do need design skills to make shit look good.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Which is good for us, bad for people or whatever. You need to have that design mentality, which is good for us, bad for other people. Right. But it's like I said, it's getting better. It's hard not to say that, throw it in the same ring with AI. In fact, they integrated AI.
Yeah.
So
that's a huge thing.
it is a huge
and,
thing.
And you think it's like hey, Adobe.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
You got Express?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go you one more. We're going to put some fucking AI. What are you going to do now?
I do, right?
Yeah.
I thought for a little while that maybe Adobe would have tried to buy Canva, but at the rate they're going, they might be trying to buy Adobe. Because again, it's growing and it's being adopted really quickly.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, a lot of the shit that we see online, a lot of shit on it's created in there, and we just don't even realize it.
Oh.
So when people are actually decent at what they do,
Yeah.
right?
Know it.
You wouldn't even know. I mean, that's not true.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
In the sense that I can
there's
kind
some-
of, you see that there's a look and a feel.
Right.
They might as well have a little tag in the bottom that says designed in Canva. Because you're like, yeah, that looks very, normal,
Yes.
pedantic.
Yeah.
That looks disposable.
Yes. There
Right.
you go.
And that is
There you
that
go.
whole word.
Yeah.
It looks disposable.
Right.
However, I do think that if you understand white space, balance, design principles, I think this could be a tool that could benefit a lot of people and at a fraction of the cost, especially in countries where the cost of living is completely different than what we're dealing with.
Yeah. There's a free version. I mean,
exactly.
Jesus, take that, Adobe.
Commercial rights, you can do what you want with
Yeah,
it, right?
like
They're not
shit.
holding you to anything, right?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy in that sense, right?
Yeah.
But I do think, again, it's a tool that can be used by graphic designers, okay? But just because you're using Canva doesn't automatically make you a graphic designer. And that's key, okay? And I think that's what the message is that we need to get across in this. We're not promoting Canva by any means, but Canva in no means is going to be replacing a graphic designer.
Yeah.
It's a tool. We can use it. We don't have to use it, but you need so much more to make that, a viable tool that you can then start selling products with, right?
That's
and then you're just in the same category as everybody else.
Yeah.
If you're really good at what you do and you're a good designer and you start using Canva, then be worried about that designer. Okay.
Yes.
Don't be worried about the tool that they're
Tool.
using.
Yeah, forget it.
And I think that's the key.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. So there's another instance where, we've kind of tamped down the hysteria around who's going to take the graphic design jobs.
Right. Who's going to take...
Who's going to do it?
Dude,
Canva's not.
no, they're not.
AI isn't.
No, they're not, right?
So
I keep saying the probability of graphic designers being replaced by technology is slim to none.
Exactly.
I think that all the technology that's being created they're great tools that we can use. Again, we've got some angry
Amazing
designers,
stuff, yeah.
amazing stuff that they're doing, and I guarantee you, give yourself a challenge, do it as a joke, get on there and design. You'd be surprised what you can do with that.
Yeah.
And how easy, and sometimes just because they give you all this shitty stuff, all these shitty templates,
Yeah.
it's sometimes like inspiration. You're like, oh yeah, I could make that work.
Yeah, you can see.
Flip it, make it do your own thing.
Exactly.
Are we using Canva to design our t-shirts? Hell no. Would I go to Canva as my first resource for a website? No. I have enough design sense and we've got the skill to do this, right?
Right.
But I know it's not replacing me and it's not replacing what we're doing.
Exactly.
So you
But
have nothing to worry about.
Would you say it's worth checking out?
100%.
Yeah.
I think at this point, my attitude has changed. I think it's at the rate that they're growing, at the rate that they're adding features and shit like this,
Yeah.
I think it's a tool that we would be fools not to, at the very least, take a look at, investigate. There could be some collaborative type stuff in the future. What I think is going to happen in the future is I think customers are going to want to be a little bit more hands-on. Okay. And, we've explored
Predictions with Massimo.
Nostradamus. Okay, Nostradamus. I like that.
Yeah,
Nostradamus, not
oh
Damus.
my
Damus.
God, we gotta have a sidebar with that or something. That's
Nostradamus.
Moss predicts the future.
I think.
Yeah, you're right though.
I think the whole customers wanting to collaborate is going to become, I think there's going to be a lot more of that happening.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot more collaboration tools out there.
Yeah.
We've always tried to find like in between type of tools to provide customers. Like some customers don't have the full budgets.
Yeah.
But we still want to give them a good corporate kit with enough templates that they can at least make stuff themselves, but keep it in brand, right? We assign them, we create the brand guideline. We create enough for them, but we have to hand over something and they have to use it themselves.
Exactly.
You know, a Word is not good. You know, PowerPoint doesn't really help. It's easier. It's an option.
Yeah.
But something like Canva, unfortunately, you can upload templates in there, and then customers literally can then go in there, use the templates that you created for them, and continue to make. Now, again, good opportunity to keep that customer in your pocket, because again, you can revisit them and like, hey, it's time to update those templates.
Yeah.
Let's get some big business going again.
Yeah.
You need this, you know, again, it's our job to keep going back to the customer.
Exactly.
But, you know, tools like Canva make that possible,
Yes.
right? Because again, customers are going to see that, you know, they're going to start feeling more and more empowered to do shit on their own.
But also, on the same hand, and we've seen this a lot, is customers are going to be in over their heads, like in the weeds kind of thing, right? It's like, oh shit, I don't know how to do this. This is where I call my friendly neighborhood graphic designer.
Yes.
And he,
Right.
And he
Absolutely.
spider webs in there. Yeah. So these are the kind of things that. So you're absolutely right. You're going to have the collaborative thing.
Exactly.
But there's going to be some instances where a designer will be required.
Well, let's put it this way. So we had a return customer come. Start a brand new company. They got a startup,
yes,
brand new
yes,
company,
yes.
right? They needed a logo, they needed a corporate ID, and they needed some sort of, you know, social media package, but they had a limited budget. Okay, it was still a decent budget. It was a decent job, right? For a single project. So what we created is we're creating their logo. We're creating their whole, you know, where they got their logo, we got their brand guideline we're building out. Okay. We are building out their corporate ID. So at least everywhere that they're going to present now this new logo, this new company of theirs, it's going to look like $1 million. And then when it comes to the social media stuff, we're creating themed templates that they can then continue on and use for the next 4 to 6 months.
Nice.
Okay. They don't have enough money to have us do everything.
Yes.
They don't have enough money to put us on retainer.
Right.
But they used to be a retainer company before they sold the other company.
Right.
Okay. And now they're here and they're like, hey, we want to use you. We had a great experience, but we're a startup.
Yeah.
What can you do for us? It was a good budget.
Yeah.
You know, and again, we couldn't do everything for them.
Yeah.
But we did enough that we gave them the tools that they can continue on. And again, now when they start getting more money, they're coming back
They're
for
gonna
more
be like,
work.
yes,
And they will continue to come back, right?
Exactly.
So this is where tools like this, use it as part of your toolkit, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, work with the customer.
Yeah.
Now that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, that is brilliant. That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
It's a different way of thinking about business.
Smaller budget.
Yep.
But you're still the best effective program you can give to a
Absolutely,
client,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're setting them up for success,
Yeah.
which in turn sets us up for success.
Exactly.
So, and that's why I'm saying we would be fools not to consider this tool in part of our, you know, bucket of our arsenal or whatever you want to go, our package of like, you know, goodies.
Yes, exactly.
Halloween Bay.
Yes. Oh,
Cool.
Wow, that
Okay.
was awesome.
Little different.
You know, and it's funny as a little side note to my middle-aged housewife story. I did watch a dude who had, I think, what was a little bit of a design sense, and he was doing some pretty amazing stuff in Canvas. So I think, absolutely to your point, yeah, this is something that certainly, if you have the smarts first, you can get in there and you could really create some awesome stuff.
I think so.
Yeah. So I guess we kind of respect Canva a little bit now. Do we?
Well, I respect what they've built and what they've done, because in all fairness, we built a very similar platform for the B2B market.
That's right.
Because we saw the same need in the B2B market space. And obviously that worked because it's ultimately what led to us getting acquired, you know, in part. So we saw that there was a need for it, just like Canva sees that there's a need for this. There's going to be people without design sense, without design capabilities, you know, but if you give them enough of the right tools and enough flexibility, you know, they can at least put out stuff. They can put out work, designs, let me stress, designs that don't look like they were done from the 1980s on a dot matrix machine, right? So, you know, there's value in that platform. So I respect what they've done, and I think I respect their, I respect the vision a lot more now.
Right.
Now that I understand how we can use it,
Right.
and that it's actually not trying to compete with graphic designers,
Right.
just to be another tool
Yeah.
for graphic designers.
Yeah.
So do I respect it more than I did? More than I did.
I think the AI edition is probably a game changer.
Pretty
too,
fucking
right?
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what made me realize that these guys, they're
like,
serious.
oh, hello.
They're going gangbusters. They've
Yeah.
almost been around for 10 years now, almost, right? And they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're really not, unless Adobe tries to buy them and crush them. But
Yeah, well, I don't know whether they can afford that.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
that's why they created Adobe Express.
Good luck, fellas.
Yeah,
Instead
good
of
luck
making
with
a
that.
fucking AI like a Dolly or something like that. Why
Right?
would you do that?
Right?
Jesus. And then put that in the suite, charge us more, and like lemmings, we will pay
Yeah.
for it.
Oh shit!
God.
You're so right, man. And we'd pay double if they put a little Apple logo on it too. All right, everybody.
Oh, yes.
I hope
Excellent.
you gained something out of this episode.
Yeah.
I hope you heard something that you may have liked, agreed with, disagreed with. You know, hopefully made you angry. But at the same time, I think you need to understand that this is nothing that we have to worry about. Once again, I
we're
love
good.
hearing this shit about do we ever have to worry? And no, right now we don't.
Nostradamus has told us that we have nothing to worry about.
That's amazing. All right, by all means,
yes.
come visit us on Instagram. We've got great conversations going there. You know, like us, give us a review on your favorite channel, whether it's Apple Podcasts, whether it's Spotify or Google, and share us with everybody that you love and hate. Because I mean, that's what we're here for, and that's how we're growing our angry community.
That's right.
Keep an eye out for that swag because it's coming,
Yes, it's
and
gonna
we
be
might reveal
great.
it on our YouTube channel one day because that's very visual. But we'll probably also show that on our Instagram when it's
Yes,
released, right?
I would think so.
But we do have a closed community of people that we might share it with internally because we have people that are submitting their emails on our website that want us to bug them for ideas and future projects. So good opportunity to maybe do a little sneak peek on that one, right? I don't know. We'll see.
I like it. I like that.
Right?
That's great. Yeah. Ooh, it's
All
what do they
right.
call that? Rewards, you know, for buyer rewards or whatever the hell. I
Or
forget.
punishment for these poor people, eh? Jeez, sorry guys. My name's Massimo.
My name is Sean.
Maner Creatix.
Manera Erratus.
Peace.